Hey, thanks for joining us for another edition of Weekend Winners, proudly brought to you by One Equine. For the equine athlete, we're back at Albion Park on Saturday night, a 10-race program. We start at 5:14. A couple of good races there. It's a key race for Real Life, one of our star 4-year-olds in the state. He was beaten first up last week behind St. Veran. Can he go one better? It's all important because with so many bigger races coming up during the Constellations Carnival, he needs to stand tall. So he's going to be one of the key runners here on Saturday night. But overall, the card is very strong. In this edition of Weekend Winners, I'm going to catch up with a couple of former New South Wales drivers. Well, one's still based in New South Wales. One's now an adopted Queenslander. That's Doug Hewitt, and we'll also hear from Mitch Turnbull. Doug Hewitt jumps in the hot seat to go through his runners on Saturday night, and he's with us now. Doug, appreciate the time.
No worries, Chris. Thanks for having me on, mate.
We go straight to race 2 for your first drive on Saturday night. My mate Pog, last time we spoke, you were happy to have this guy in the stable. He's going well. He just doesn't have any sort of luck. What are you expecting here on the weekend?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like you said, he just hasn't got that good luck that he needs. On Tuesday, drew the fence on the back row and just couldn't get out at all. Bryce McElhenney drove him for me there, said he went to line swinging on him, and yeah, same thing again Saturday night. Drawn inside the back, so he's going to need his fair share of luck again, but the horse is flying, so any bit of luck, it's probably not a bad spot over the long trip. But yeah, still depends on that luck turning for own.
All right, so that being said, are you looking to stay on the pegs, or at your first opportunity, do you want to get him into a bit of space?
It wouldn't faze me either way. It depends how the race is sort of going to pan out. I can see a fair bit of early speed. Don't want to be sort of hooking out and then finding yourself 1 out, 6, 7 back when you could be 3 or 4 on the fence anyway. So he's a horse that's got a lethal turn of foot. Only needs that little gap closer to the finish, and he can make the most of it. So I'd say probably driven for a bit of luck, but if the opportunity arises any time down the back or anything, I will be looking to get him out and into the race and making the most of it.
Okay, band 4, band 2, so it's a good quality race, and when you look at this field, surely you're going to get guaranteed speed here.
Oh, definitely. You saw the way it was run 2 weeks ago in the same race. They just run the arms off the clock and didn't come up for air at all. So that's his type of race. Like I said, a bit of luck late when they've done all that early work and you've done nothing sitting away. So yeah, he's a horse that's ready to make the most of it. He just hasn't had any luck lately, and hopefully we get it on Saturday night.
Okay, that's my mate Pog race 2. Let's go across to race 5. Infinity Beach is on the back up. She raced on Tuesday. She ran a ripper race on Tuesday.
Massive. She's the mare I told you about last time that since being here, he's just gone ahead in leaps and bounds, and she's come from last on Tuesday in 53.7 to run to a nice second. She's probably gone low to mid 54s herself, but to come from the back, 3 wide down the back and around the turn, and the way she still hit the line, I couldn't have been happy with her. So she's a mare, drawn good, drawn 2. See where we end up. Would love to find the front. She just doesn't have the electric gate speed, so we'll just see where we end up in the running line, and yeah, be looking to finish off nice and strong.
Okay. Overall, she's probably been a little unlucky with barrier draws. Is this the perfect gate for her, gate 2?
Definitely. Like I said, she's a horse. If Talia McMullen drove her in the ladies' drivers race about a month ago, and she found the top. I think she went 53 herself running away from him, and I'd love to be able to do that, but she's just a horse that doesn't have that gate speed to make the most of it all the time. But drawn 2, you're in the running line, you don't have to do no work, you're not dragging back, you just land where you land and then put her into it when you need to. 2 weeks ago, tried to make the move down the back, horse come out in front, sort of was going to work out all right, but it only got me to the turn and had to do the rest herself, and yeah, it's just a bit hard for her that way. She's probably a horse that likes to do that work herself and get going before anything else. So see how it pans out on Saturday night, but she's in real good form again and feeling super.
Yep, going excellent. There's no doubt about it. Infinity Beach. What about race 6? This guy's going super, but this is a big challenge here because of the barrier draw, the outside of the second row, talking about Alta Equus, and the 2 major players have drawn what appears to be perfectly here. Teddy Disco 1 for Real Life 8. So it's not going to be an easy assignment here for Alta Equus.
No, it's not. Them 2 boys couldn't have drew any better. And sort of the rest of the race, you wonder if you just drive them for third pretty much. If they kick clear, they're two nice horses that are going to be tough to run down. But in saying that, two horses out to went massive last week, come wide, finished off strong, run for real life to a half ahead. It's just that he's going to have the draw on him, and it just depends on how they play that. It could be a bit of a tactical affair too, knowing that for real life's on his back, whether he does take a sit on Teddy Disco, whether he just chances his arm out in front. But in saying that, the horse himself is flying. The way he finished off the other week, I couldn't have been happy with him. Yeah, he's just another horse that goes around each week and hardly ever misses a check since he's been up here. So can't be happy with him, and hopefully he gets a little bit of luck on Saturday night.
Going to the pegs, is that an option, or do you just sort of weigh it up after you've seen the first 200 metres evolve?
No, definitely an option. You'd be silly not to jump on two nice horses like that back, and if you get the cart through and you get a shot at them late, all well and good, but it's hard if them two horses get it the own way to come 4 and 5 wide around that last turn at Albion. So if the chance arises and I can be the first one there, all well and good. But yeah, we'll see how it pans out as soon as that arms leave and where we all sit from there.
All right. This is a fascinating horse that you're producing in race number 7 on Saturday night. My Alderman Buddha. First up for your stable. He's a son of Lazarus. 10 starts, 4 wins, 6 minors. So he's yet to miss the board. He's Group 1 placed here at Albion Park. What are the expectations here with this guy? Yeah,
new horse to the stable. A couple of my mates ended up chucking in with him, and they were looking for a nice horse to race for the Winter Carnival, and I think they've found it with him. Had a trial on Tuesday for me, my first look at him away from the farm pretty much. Still a little bit of gear adjustments to do. Was really happy with him first up. Bit of a lung opener. This isn't his main target, so it's still just, he's coming along nicely, but he's drawn pretty bad, and I'll be trying to sort him out from there. But he is a very nice horse, and I'm expecting big things of him later in his prep. So for now, it'll be nice to get a good gauge on him Saturday night. I think he'll be around the money on natural ability. So see how that race pans out. But he is a nice horse, and grateful to have him in my stable.
Okay, so with that trial on Tuesday, did you get what you wanted out of that trial?
A little bit. Still, like I said, there's still a few gear adjustments. The track that I'm on, it's a pretty big track, and it's uphill, and you can't work them 100% how you would on a 1,000-metre track like Albion. Pretty happy with the way he went. He come back, he had a bit of a blow, so I'm glad I'd done it. It opened his lungs up a bit, but his recovery rate was super. You get that with the good horses. And yeah, he pulled up fine. Next day in the paddock was unreal, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how it goes Saturday night.
Okay, so he's a 3-year-old, so he's got so many options in front of him. What's the key race that you're sort of focused on with him?
Being Q-bred, you got the Triad. That's sort of one of the main ones. I think last year he was one of the favourites heading into the 2-year-old league, and then things went amiss and they end up scratching him out of that race. So that would be his main aim. But in saying that, just to get him going back to his best, and through that Winter Carnival, there's really good races for a lot of 3-year-olds. Make sure he's up to scratch, and yeah, as he goes, he'll let us know what races he's ready for.
All right, an exciting prospect there, My Alderman Buddha. What about in race 8? Tuller's Dancer, you've got the drive on this mare for Nathan Hurst, the old Bathurst combination to the 4 here. Her overall record's good. She's banked over 100k. How does she sort of fit into this race, in your opinion?
Yeah, well, for Nate to even bring her up, he must have a fair opinion of her, and she must be ready to go. So I saw speaking to Ange this morning and said that they threw me down, and with Hursty, if he's going to travel with horses, they're usually not far off. So tricky draws for the two stable mates, but I'll be having a chat to Nate to see what he thinks and where she's up to. But her form looks pretty good of late, and yeah, looking forward to getting on and seeing how she handles it.
All right, now you've got a challenge because you're behind a trotter in the last race here on Saturday night. My Alderman Eddie. Have you got the keys to him? He's talented, there's no question. So can you get him to deliver on race night?
That's the thing. I drove him once earlier for racing, and things just went a bit of a miss on the last turn. He sort of ended up getting too wide, but very nice horse. He's got ability. Reese's pretty confident in the way he's going at the moment, which fills me with confidence. So see how we go, get him away from the stand, and yeah, he is definitely a horse that can make the most of them sort of races. So hopefully he puts it all together on the night and we come away with the win.
All right, so it's going to be a busy night for you on Saturday night. Which horse are you most looking forward to on the weekend?
Oh, definitely trying to sort my Ultimate Buddha out. Like I said, to have a horse like him in the stable, it sort of helps you get out of bed each morning. So I'm hoping that we figure it all out Saturday night, puts in a good run, and then we start to look to the future with him. Infinity Beach, I think she's right in that race. Out of Equus, bit of luck. He's a place prospect, and yeah, you got my mate Pog, who's been going super with no luck. So hopefully he gets a bit of luck, and we can see where he's actually up to.
All right, well, it sounds like you're in for a good night there on Saturday night. You're doing a super job. Now calling Queensland home. Appreciate the time. We'll see you trackside.
No worries. Thanks for having me, Chris.
Young Mitch Turnbull slides into the hot seat now to go through his book of drives on Saturday night, and he's with us. Mitch, appreciate the time.
Yeah, good on you, Chris. No worries, mate.
The team's going well.
Yeah, doing really well. Once we get a bit of luck and run, they seem to be hitting the line really well and getting the odd winner.
All right, well, let's go through your runners here on Saturday night. We start with race 2. You've got the drive on Windy Hill Wally here. He's drawn gate 1. He's been awesome since he's been based here in Queensland with Jack and Tara Butler. Is barrier 1 ideal for him?
Well, I think so. It'd be a lot better than last week. He drew outside the back and never was able to get into the race, and he actually went really good in slick time. So with this draw, I should be able to get him a pretty good position and hope that he does well.
It's a deep race, band 4, band 2, so it's brought together some really competitive types here. Just looking at that front row, there's going to be some early tempo here.
Yeah, that's right. But like last week, they went the whole way flat out, and he probably made a bit of ground out wide. So if the speed's on again, or if it's slow, maybe he'll be able to keep up and do well.
All right, well, that's Windy Hill Wally in race 2. What about race 3? I'm keen to get your thoughts here on Myra Dawn. In any way, shape or form, did she surprise you with the way she was able to finish off and win last week?
To be honest with you, not really. She's always been a bit of a marble of a horse and always flies under the radar. But like her first 2 starts here, she hasn't seen any open at all. And the other night, I probably got a bit excited and pulled out a touch early, but I just felt as though I had the horse there. And whatever speed she's going at the top of the straight, she never dies. So she's going the same speed on the line. She doesn't give in. And once I got past them with 100 to go, I knew it was all fun from there.
Yeah, once you got it to the outside, she really let down, and she did it quite easily. It was very comfortable, that victory.
Yeah, that's right. She was really good, and it was good to, I felt as though she probably deserved the win after not having any luck at all and even missing placings. Like, I think she ran about 5th there one night, but she was only beaten about 3 metres, so there was 4 in between that 3 metres, and I think she was still in the pocket in that situation. So the other night, probably, don't know if you say she had luck, but she was able to get into the open and show what she can do.
All right, well, this is the open for the mares on the weekend. She's drawn 2 off the second row. That seems to me like a really good draw for her.
Yeah, that's what I was sort of thinking too, because she sometimes can lack a bit of gate speed, and I'd probably prefer to keep her out of early wars. So with this draw, and maybe her best one leading up to it, and if she lobs handy, maybe can adopt similar tactics to last week and pull out at top of straight and go again.
No doubt you're hoping for a heap of early tempo, and you might just get that. When you look at that front row, there's a few mares there that can fly early, so the faster the better for you.
Yeah, that's right. She is pretty tough too, so if they're flat out chasing the whole way, I don't think it'll make her weak, and if she's got a bit of cover and all that, hopefully the race falls into my hands, but you just don't know. And with that draw, but hopefully she's not too far out the back and midfield and ready to strike again.
One thing that stands out with Myra Dawn, she's not big, is she?
Nah, her stable name's Tiny, and she's actually probably one of the most popular horses I've ever driven, to be honest with you, because she's such a marble. Like, she's won about 260,000 and had 180 starts, but she's won cup races, country cup races down at home, and I think I've won a race on her at Menangle as well. So she has a lot of following, and it's surprising. Like I say, she flies under the radar, but the amount of people that say, "Oh, I was on Myra Dawn the other night at big odds and all that," it's quite surprising. So I do get excited when she does well.
All right, well, I'm tipping she's going to have good support again on Saturday night. What about in race 4? You would have had the choice of 2 horses here, Drive to the Beach and Better Keppel. You've opted for Drive to the Beach. Was it a tough choice to pick here?
Oh, well, not too bad. I've probably never really stayed loyal to Better Keppel. Drive to the Beach is probably one of my pets at home, I would say. I enjoy training him and got a good relationship with him, and he did win that night here. Probably had a bit more luck than Better Keppel when they run the Quinella, but the other night he went really good too, I thought. So, yeah, it was not a hard decision, and Adam's driving Better Keppel. He went really good for him the first time he drove him here, so it all worked out pretty good. Hopefully, if he runs second to me, that'd be the best result again, but we'll have to wait and see.
All right. So you're driving Drive to the Beach and he's got gate 3. Do you want to get involved early? How much early gate speed does he have?
Oh, yeah, probably wouldn't go mad because up here they seem to do that a bit. So, no, if I would like to lob handy, but I don't want to waste a good draw, so I'll probably give him a bit of a sprint early and try lob handy. Last week they went hard early and hit the anchors, so I slid him around to the deaf and he ran 4th, but he only got picked up for 2nd and 3rd the last 50, and it felt as though that was probably one of his best runs for me as a driver for him.
Yeah.
So if he has to do a touch of work, then maybe he'll be right to keep going.
No issues at the 2138 metres?
Yeah, probably. If he doesn't have to do much work and has a cosy trip, it won't matter him. But I guess if they have to burn early and all that, he might get a bit tired. But have to just wait and play that out.
All right. And if Better Keppel gets any luck, he can easily get over the top of all of these horses.
Oh, well, like I said, I drove him last week and they went 152, so he sort of flat out the whole way and did finish close to the 3rd horse. But I mean, from first to last in that race, there was probably 150 metres. They were all spread out because the tempo was so hot. But then the week before, he had to pull out early and go, and he ran probably a really tough race. So, I mean, if he gets the good luck, and with Adam on him, they seem to get along well, maybe he might come over. But like I say, if he does, hopefully it's for 2nd.
Yep.
So I'm going for the win.
All right, perfect. What about race 5? I'm keen to get your thoughts on I'm Desirable. Finally, she lands a gate. So barrier 1 here on the weekend. Is this music to your ears?
Yeah, definitely. Like last week, she drew horrible and wasn't able to get in the race one bit and sat last and run last sort of thing. But this week with that draw, she'll know she's drawn better too. She'll feel it and hopefully just push her out. She can be pretty tough as well, so it's sort of similar to Winnie Hill Wally's race. It doesn't matter if she does get shuffled back 1 or 2, but from that draw I know I'll hope to give her a good trip, and she's been racing well, so hopefully she does well.
All right, so how much gate speed does she possess?
She definitely has a moderate amount, probably enough to hold with toes, but like I say, I'll just sprint her out early, and if someone's going mad that's better than me or a good one to sit on, I'll sit on them. But if not, then I probably wouldn't mind holding because she's pretty versatile and she does have a bit of strength.
Okay, so she's well up to winning this race.
Yeah, I think so. Well, probably all my 4 drives are the same on the night. They're all doing really well, and if they have a bit of luck, then I expect them, hope that they run top 3, but you never really know whether the win's in the picture or not because it's probably trickier for me not to know the form up here 100%, sort of going off field there halfway through the race. But so it's hard for me to declare one, but I'd be disappointed if I don't pick up a few checks throughout the night.
Okay. So if you win again with Myra Dawn, that's going to be the most popular victory, though.
I think so, just off her following. She, like I say, she's got a lot of fans, and even on my socials I get that many messages when she does win, and she is a little marble, so yeah, she's probably my favourite drive going into the night in that way, but I am definitely excited to race all the other 4.
Excellent stuff. Hey, you're doing a good job up here. Great to have you up here, and we'll see you trackside Saturday night.
Yeah, that's right. Thanks for having me, and while the horses are going good, I'm happy, Chris, so we'll see how we go.
A big thanks to our 2 drivers, Doug Hewitt and Mitch Turnbull. Hopefully the boys can get plenty of winners this Saturday night. Time now for a good thing or two. I'm keen on OK Boomer. Yes, you're hearing right. I was super keen on him last week, and that race just didn't go to script as far as I was concerned. He got buried over on the inside, never really got a clear crack at them. He's drawn wide off the front row on Saturday night, so he's going to have a little bit more space to work with, and he can bounce back. He's a good quality horse, so stick with him. OK Boomer for Trista Dixon. I'm marking him as my best bet again this weekend. That's race 2, and he's drawn out in gate number 6. We look forward to a great night of racing coming up on Saturday night at Albion Park, and the first of 10 gets underway at 5:14. So looking forward to seeing you trackside at the Creek.